Okay, 17o is quite extensive, so I'm on my last bit of battery power, so wish me luck. Okay, so we got line 17o, Astrobiology, Carbon Molecular Evolution, Human DNA, Earth, Wow SETI, Part 93. This is based on line 17 of the alien radio signal from 1977. The math equation is 14, 1, 1, 13, 2, and 1. If you're wondering what that means, you have to go to the earlier videos. It shows the actual Wow SETI signal, okay? So what I looked up was astrobiology. That was in the last video. Again, you need to watch, the videos go from 17A to 17T2. So you want to watch all those videos. They're all about the same data, and then I break it down into individual videos just so we can study each component. A lot of these words came up in the last videos. The Wow SETI videos are from number 1 to 93, and then the Wow SETI videos actually start at number 42. So before the Wow SETI was my alien signal that I sent. And I'm rambling because I'm tired. Sorry, it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm exhausted. So astrobiology is the study of the origin, evolution, distribution, and future of life in the universe. The interdisciplinary field encompasses the search for habitable environments in our solar system and habitable planets outside of our solar system. The search for evidence of prebiotic chemistry, laboratory and field research onto the origins and early evolution of life on Earth, and studies of the potential for life to adapt to challenges on Earth and in outer space. Astrobiology addresses the question of whether life exists beyond Earth and how humans can detect it if it does. The term exobiology is similar but more specific. It covers the search for life beyond Earth and the effects of extraterrestrial environments on living things. So exobiology would be the Kepler space mission, which is looking for habitable planets right now over the Kepler region. Astrobiology makes use of physics, chemistry, astronomy, biology, molecular biology, ecology, planetary science, geography, and geology to investigate the possibility of life on other worlds and help recognize biospheres that might be different from the biosphere on Earth. Astrobiology concerns itself with interpretation of existing scientific data. Given more detailed and reliable data from other parts of the universe, the roots of astrobiology itself, physics, chemistry, and biology, may have their theoretical bases challenged. Although speculation is entertained to give context, astrobiology concerns itself primarily with hypotheses that fit firmly to existing scientific theories. Earth is the only place in the universe known to harbor life. However, recent advances in planetary science have changed fundamental assumptions about the possibility of life in the universe, raising the estimates of habitable zones around other stars and the search for extraterrestrial and microbial life. The possibility of life on Mars, either currently or in the past, is an active area of research. I know they found some stuff on Mars. I don't know what they found, but they found something on there. Some little, like an amoeba or something on there, living in the water. Carbon forms the backbone of biology for all of life on Earth. Complex molecules are made up of carbon bonded with other elements, especially oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. And carbon is able to bond with all of these because of its 4 valence electrons. Carbon is abundant on Earth. It is also lightweight, and the atom is relatively small in size, making it easier for enzymes to manipulate carbon molecules. It is often assumed in astrobiology that if life exists somewhere else in the universe, it will also be carbon-based. This assumption is referenced by critics as carbon chauvinism. So, got quite a bit here. Characteristics of carbon as a basis for life. The 2 most important characteristics of carbon as a basis for the chemistry of life are that it has 4 valence bonds, and that the energy required to make or break a bond is just as an appropriate level for building molecules, which are not only stable but also reactive. The fact that the carbon atoms bond readily to other carbon atoms allows for the building of arbitrarily long complex molecules and polymers. Okay, I'm not going to read everything. You can look it up on Wikipedia on carbon-based life. Here's a chart here showing all the periodic table of the chemical elements in humans. So if you look up periodic table of chemical elements on Wiki, you can find that. It's just under periodic table. And then I've got the periodic table. It's a tabular display of chemical elements organized on a basis of their properties. Elements are presented in increasing atomic number, while rectangular and general outline gaps are included in rows of periods to keep elements with similar properties together. So there's the human DNA. The yellow is called adenine, the green is thymine, the red is guanine, and the yellow-orange is cytosine. And the other one's called sugar phosphate backbone. So if you're studying any type of alien DNA for finds for meteors or asteroids and stuff, you want to learn this stuff so you can know if it's alien or not. Okay, and the next one's called the molecular evolution. This was an interesting graph. I thought I'll show you this. This is a collapsed tree, a highly resolved tree of life based on completely sequenced genomes. And it's made by Tim Vickers. So it says proteobacteria, acidiobacteria, then okay, I'm not going to read all this stuff, but I'm just going to do a little camera thing here. Alright, he's kind of showing the cycle of life and how this is connected to that. I don't understand it. But I thought it was interesting. It came up. I'm going to read you my thoughts on this. January 24th, 2012, 9:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My thoughts. When looking for evidence of alien DNA, I wanted to learn what it was about the alien DNA that makes it different from human DNA. I figured we'd all benefit from this. That way, when you look at the components of asteroids, meteors, and other new finds of living creatures, you will know what to look for to classify and blog it as an alien species. It's my first time hearing about the term astrobiology. I think it's awesome that it came up from my Google searching for this equation on line 17. Like I said before, I feel like I'm in school all over again. So we'll pop back over to my molecular evolution just to see what it is. It is in part of a process of evolution at the scale of DNA, RNA, and proteins. Molecular evolution emerged as a scientific field in the 1960s as researchers from molecular biology, evolutionary biology, and population genetics sought to understand recent discoveries on the structure and function of nucleic acids and protein. Some of the key topics that spurred development of the field have been the evolution of enzyme function, the use of nucleic acid divergence as a molecular clock to study species divergence, and the origin of non-coding DNA. Recent advances in genomics, including whole genome sequencing, high throughput protein characterization, and bioinformatics, have led to a dramatic increase in studies on the topic. In the 2000s, some of the active topics have been the role of gene duplication. Remember cloning? We were talking about cloning before? I haven't talked about cloning before, sorry. Where they were cloning animals and humans and stuff. That's what that's about. In the emergence of novel gene function, the extent of adaptive molecular evolution versus neutral processes of mutation and drift, and the identification of molecular changes responsible for various human characteristics, especially those pertaining to infection, disease, and cognition. Okay, so that's just showing that. And I was just thinking, I haven't shown you the wow signal I don't have it on every page. But this is what we're talking about, this is wow signal, in case you're just wondering what we're going on about. So I've made a line for each section, and I had them all drawn out. Well, that's actually the same equation, 14, 1, 1, 13, 2, and 1. That's where it appears on that wow signal, okay? So we're done with the 17o, and we'll see if we can get 17p on this video.